In India, wage growth is rising faster than productivity across many manufacturing sectors. At the same time, local manufacturers are competing with factories in Vietnam and Bangladesh for the same global orders.
A time and motion study turns factory floor observations into measurable data. It shows how work is actually done and how long a trained worker should take to complete each task. Using these studies, manufacturers can offset rising labor costs by improving productivity.
A time and motion study combines two methods. One identifies the best way to do a task, the other measures how long that task should take.
A method study examines how a task is currently performed. It also identifies ways to make it simpler and more efficient. The time study then measures how long a trained worker should take to complete the task at a normal working pace. For short, repetitive tasks such as assembly or packaging, direct timing is the most commonly used method. For longer or irregular work, such as maintenance or material handling, activity sampling is more suitable.
Every time and motion study produces one key output, the standard time required to complete a task. This standard time is then used for production planning, costing, line balancing, and incentive schemes.
Estimating standard time begins with observing the current process time on the shop floor. Then, that time is adjusted to reflect a normal working pace. Standard allowances are then added for personal needs, fatigue, and unavoidable delays. For example, an assembly task may have an observed time of 36 seconds. After adjusting for the operator's performance rating, the basic time increases to just over 40 seconds. Adding an allowance of around 11% results in a standard time of approximately 45 seconds. One of the most common mistakes is using too few observations. Fewer than 20 observation cycles can make the standard time unreliable.
A properly conducted time and motion study can significantly reduce costs and improve productivity. However, these benefits are often lost when two critical steps in the process are overlooked.
The first common mistake is excluding factory operators from the study. Since they perform the work every day, their insights are invaluable. Without their involvement, even well designed improvements often face resistance and are unlikely to be adopted. The second mistake is assuming the current method is already the best method. This mindset prevents organizations from identifying and eliminating inefficiencies, allowing waste to become part of the standard process. In contrast, line balancing based on accurate standard times can increase output by 10% to 20%. Most manufacturers achieve 15% to 30% productivity gains after implementation. Continuous improvement can add another 3% to 7% each year.
A time and motion study helps manufacturers reduce costs and improve productivity. The greatest benefits come when it becomes an ongoing part of operations rather than a one-time exercise. IMARC Engineering helps manufacturers implement structured time and motion studies that deliver measurable results. Connect with our team to discuss how this approach can be applied to your production line.